It was an ugly loss for the San Francisco 49ers down in Tampa Bay. Week 6 didn't look too bright for the team. This is your boy Breezie, and this is the 49ers recap, presenting to you the good, the bad, and the ugly in Week 6 versus the Bucs. Let's start with the good. 49ers kicker Eddie Pinheiro went 4 for 4, kicking a couple of 50-yarders in this game. He was keeping his team in this game for the majority of it. Kendrick Bourne was the offensive threat for the San Francisco 49ers. He ranked up another 5 catches for 142 yards. That's back-to-back 142-yard games for the wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. He's continuing to trend up. The 49ers got their first rushing touchdown in this game. Unfortunately, it was their only touchdown. Christian McCaffrey was the one that dialed us up right at the goal line, and he was getting in by any means necessary. The bad. There's a lot of bad in this game. You can start with the turnovers. Mac Jones threw not 1 but 2 interceptions. You could say that it was because of the wide receiver on the first route, but clearly on that second one, he was throwing to the defense. You lose the turnover battle, you lose the game, and for the 49ers, they didn't win the turnover battle. Mac Jones was also sacked 5 times from the 49ers offense. The offensive line was responsible for 3 of those sacks. Christian McCaffrey and Luke Farrell also were responsible for sacks. Mac Jones had a decent day, but it just wasn't enough to get the win. Fumbles! That's right. Not only was Mac Jones sacked 5 times, on 2 of those sacks, there were fumbles. Luckily for the 49ers, they were able to recover both of the fumbles. The second fumble had to be reviewed to show that Mac Jones' shin was down. 49ers defense had 6 missed tackles in this game, probably all on one play. I mean, I don't know how this doesn't make my ugly category, but on a 3rd and 14, Baker Mayfield drops back, and he's able to rumble, bumble, stumble, and scramble for 15 yards. I'm not saying all 6 missed tackles happened on that one play. It just looked like the San Francisco 49ers couldn't bring down Baker, and because of that one play, the energy shifted. Penalties are always going to be a thing. They're always going to be in the bad category. The Niners had plenty of them, and one was costly in my opinion because the Niners got down to the red zone. They were 1 for 2, but there was an OPI, offensive pass interference call on wide receiver Juwan Jennings right in the red zone, which backed the 49ers up, and they had to settle for 3. The ugly. It doesn't get any uglier than this because the San Francisco 49ers unfortunately lost their star linebacker Fred Warner to an ankle injury, talking broken and dislocated ankle, and he's gonna have season-ending surgery. And for the Niners, especially Robert Saleh, I just know it doesn't get any uglier than this because now he's without his Nick Bosa, and now he's without his Fred Warner. So now Robert Saleh is gonna have to come back to the drawing board and figure out a way to get these youngins out on the football field to produce and to be successful.